He's presently General Manager in cybersecurity company called Proactive Data System Private Limited. He is responsible for securing critical infrastructure of enterprises customers, and he has also worked as trusted advisor with organizations in their digital transformation journey with secure infrastructure along with adherence of critical compliances. He has done his MS in cyber law and cyber security from National Law University Jodhpur and MS in artificial intelligence and machine learning from Liverpool John Morris University. So, sir, once again, we welcome you, sir, on behalf of all the participants and CBIP, and we are very grateful to have you, sir.
Thank you, Jaideep ji. Thanks a lot.
So, sir, over to you, sir. You can start your presentation, sir.
Okay.
And all participants are requested kindly mute yourself.
Okay, let me share my presentation. So my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Hi, once again, good evening, everyone. My name is Vijay Tyagi, and I am working in cybersecurity domain. I think almost it's been 22 or 23 years. I started my career in year 21. That I have worked into different domains, but still my main focus is around network security, and I close work with a lot of customers across enterprise segment to secure their infra. Since I continuously believe in reading, in learning new things, new technology. So during COVID era, since we all had plenty of time, that was a fortunate time for all of us. So I started my AI journey also, since at that point of time AI was a jargon and talking about. And in these 2 3 years, I have completed my MS in artificial intelligence too. Although still my main focus is around cybersecurity, but now at least I'm able to articulate, discuss various AI things people talk about. So these are the training content. I'm sure everyone has the content and has gone through these content. I'll try to in align with these content. Although I'll also share a couple of upcoming things, because cybersecurity, or rather entire technology landscape is changing so frequently. So I'll keep you updated about latest things which are also going across the industry. So since you will also keep updated with the things. Since these the session is around foundation of network security, basic network security. Try to stick with the basic of network security only. But in case if anyone wants to have more deep dive, I think I'm okay to have separate session on some week to go on deep dive of any specific topic, because cybersecurity as a topic itself is very large. It takes, if I'll go into nitty gritty of this, it will take weeks to complete that. So since in interest of everyone's time, I'm sure we have mix of people who are into basic, who know about basic of cybersecurity. Some must be at advanced level. So we will maintain the quorum for everyone, and I'll stick with the basic itself. So what we will do, I'll cover the slides, and since the duration of session is around 2 hours, although I'll see whether we surpass the 2 hour, and whether you people still engage session with the slides. You want to continue for more. So after one, we will take a 5 minute break if that's fine with everyone. And I'll also have a quick question and answer session, probably for 5 minutes. And then we can take the Q&A after we complete the session. I hope the flow is fine with everyone. If in case anyone has any query or any expectation, please point it now. So I'll take that silence as yes, everyone is fine. In between, if my communication goes down, Jaideep, I'm sure Jaideep is there. He can call me also and update me. So over here, we have a organization, and it could be any organization. Each of us are working for organization, whether the organization belongs to some other person or we are the owner of organization. In all the organizations, we have data or information. For us, the cybersecurity professional, the data or information is critical. Our main intent, our main array, our main goal is to secure that data or information. If I'll take an analogy in terms of country, for us, data information is like country. We will never allow our country, firstly, to get inside our country or company, then take away our data or information. So we try our level best till whatever possibility we can to secure the data or information which is there in the organization. So now we can see the information or data either can reside within the organization, within the organization, or the data information could also reside on public cloud. I'm sure all of us are aware we have public cloud like Amazon, Google, GCP, different public cloud are there. So organization keep mission critical confidential data either on premise or on public cloud. So what we do, we means cybersecurity professional, we place lot of access control or security control to secure the data. So what is a security control? Secure control could be a firewall I am placing in my network. Security control could be a IPS I am placing on my AWS cloud. Security control could be a antivirus solution which I am installing on my laptop, desktop, or server. So we try to put different security control so the or a hacker will not able to steal the information or data from the organization because we are fighting to secure the data. Moreover, in cyber security or any kind of security, we always create defense in depth approach. Now, what is defense in depth approach? Defense in depth approach is we create different layer of security to mitigate or to stop the bad actor, hacker or malicious actor, again is hacker. So we create different layer of security. So if an attacker is able to compromise first layer of defense, at least we have second layer or third layer to stop the attacker or bad actor or malicious actor. Like we go to airport, over there we see different layer of security. The moment we will enter at an airport, firstly they will check our ticket. Then at second layer, they check our belonging, our pocket, our briefcase. Similarly at third layer, so the intent is at least if the attacker is able to enter or the hacker is able to enter within the airport and able to cross the first layer, we have second or third layer. In cyber security also, we always enforce different layers of security, which we call defense in depth approach. It's very important because the way latest cyber are happening, I'm sure ChatGPT, everyone is using, use their time to reduce their work. Similarly, attackers are also using ChatGPT, they are using AI, ML to create latest attack, which we cannot stop with traditional way. That's why we need to have different layer of protection within the infra or within the public cloud also. So the of information security is CIA, tried. It's not America wala CIA. The CIA full form is confidentiality, integrity, availability, and the fourth one, non-repudiation. So what is confidentiality? Confidentiality means I want to keep my information secure. Let's say every month I am getting my pay salary. I don't want anyone to know about my pay salary. I want to keep it confidential. I want to hide it within my purview only. Then we have integrity. Integrity is if we are sharing any data or transferring any information or data to someone else, there should not be any unauthorized modification in that. Example, let's say I am giving a check of 1 lakh to my friend. What my friend will do, he will add one more zero. He will make 1 crore, which I never want. We want to have integrity within our information security domain. So unauthorized modification in data can be avoided. And obviously, third one is availability. Means confidentiality is good, integrity is good. The information is not available. Let's take an example of Amazon or Netflix. On weekend, I want to watch a movie on Netflix. Netflix has enforced all security controls. They have complete confidentiality, they have complete integrity, but Netflix server is not up. Do you think it's useful for me? Probably no. So depending on different vertical, depending on different company, the line of for some organization, confidentiality will be highest. Their main requirement, data should stay confidential. For example, in case of army, in case of military, or rather, what you call. So confidentiality in organizations in sector like confidentiality is main critical. Integrity is valuable for banking. They never want someone add 0, 1 0 or 2 0 in the number. For them, integrity is valuable. Availability, especially if I talk about OT sector, if I talk about power sector, the manufacturing segment, availability is highest price for them. They never want the belt at which all the Maruti as a company, for them availability is mission critical. The moment they belt, which is moving belt, which is assembling the car or car different parts, the moment it will goes down, it's a business loss for them. So these three keep on we see fluctuation within them based on industry. Then the last one is non-repudiation. What is non-repudiation? I'll take an example. Everyone remember a famous comedian once wrote something funny to our honorable prime minister on Twitter. And although he accepted it, at night time he wrote something on Twitter. But what if he could said, okay, someone has hacked my Twitter account and I haven't posted it. There could be a way in order to avoid. He could have said during time someone hacked my Twitter account and wrote something to our honorable Prime Minister. Though he didn't said that. So we should have a mechanism in which person should not deny that I have done this thing. Let's say in fit of rage, I wrote a mail to my boss. If I didn't get a good increment, later on I'll say, sir, someone hacked my account and he wrote a mail to you. I didn't do it. So we should have mechanism that later on person cannot deny that they have done some task or act. So entire cyber security revolve around points. Obviously, it can differ based on company to company. Their criticality, their precedence can differ. Line of business which organization is into. And these are few terminologies we typically use in cyber security. First one is asset. What is an asset? Asset is a critical piece of information or data. Let's say organization, their email server is an asset. For an organization, their ERP or SAP server is an asset. Second terminology is vulnerability. Vulnerability is typically a weakness within the system, a weakness which someone can exploit or someone can use that weakness. Third terminology is threat. Threat is a yes or negative event which can take advantage of weakness with our system. And finally, the fourth terminology is risk. Risk is potential of loss or damage when threat actually occurs. So I'll take a simple example in order to plate all these things. Let's assume I'm staying near Mumbai Sea Beach. I have a fantastic bungalow near Mumbai Sea Beach. And I came to know within 3 days, a huge cyclone is coming to Mumbai Sea Beach. So in this scenario, the threat is cyclone, which obviously I cannot mitigate or I cannot stop. Vulnerability is I am aware if the threat or cyclone will come, my house will collapse. If in case I will not move from there, if in case I'll not move away the important documents from there, from that house, the risk later on if cyclone will hit my house, I can have it can have huge impact to my life too. So the risk will be once the cyclone will hit the vulnerability, which is the house near sea, what impact will have, what financial impact, what probably loss to life impact it will have. So this is the way we correlate vulnerability, threat, and risk. So always in our information, we see what is the asset, what kind of vulnerability or weakness does it have, and what kind of a threat we can foresee. So the entire process is called risk assessment. It is a very huge topic in itself. So I'm not going of that. But for every threat or every critical asset, organization create risk assessment. They see whether the money which they are spending to countermeasure that threat should always be less. Let's say I have a ERP server in my office. I put some tangible value to the ERP server based on various parameters. Let's say if anyone hack my ERP server or delete my ERP server, cost to the company will be 1 CR. I'll see how to mitigate that threat. And my security team will propose, put a firewall, put EPS, put a proxy, put a XYZ solution. And later on, I'll see the cost to secure that ERP server is coming at 5 CR. The initial cost of the information was 1 CR. The cost to safeguard it is 5 CR. So business always see this is benefit. Over here, since the information cost is 1 CR, no one will invest 5 CR to secure it. Business will say, okay, accept risk, accept it, move on. The important part is we have to document that thing within our process or documentation.
Excuse me, sir.
I hope. Yeah,
Sir.
yeah, please.
Sir, actually, this is third class, and last two classes we have covered all these basics. It will be better if we move further, because after office time, it's better to get
Sure. So I
new
kept
things.
specifically kept. Yeah.
Actually, in last two classes also same things were repeated.
Okay. Actually, I kept specifically 2-3 slides for basic.
Actually,
But
sir,
going forward, you will get.
Sir, after office time, actually, we want something new.
Okay. Point taken.
Okay, sir.
Let me know if things are repeating up again. I'll try to move forward. So whenever I reach out to any of the organization, this information is very practical because I always use this in organization whenever I'm going. For an organization, firstly, we see from where the threat can come. Typically, in an organization, there are 3 ways from where the threat can come. First one is from internet. Second one is through email. Third is through endpoint. So I always recommend, although the large enterprise mitigate all these 3 points, but for a small organization, many times I have seen they only place a firewall and they consider they are secure. In some case, they put endpoint security solution. They say we are pretty secure. But today, from COVID era, the biggest threat vector or all the ransomware, all the malwares which are coming, they are coming from email. So we as a security consultant, we as a security always recommend or always see the organization should covering these 3 entry point for any attacker. For internet, we will place a firewall. We secure our internet. A brief history of firewall also. So in 1988, Digital Equipment Corporation developed the first packet filtering firewall. Since then, we have seen the mature firewall is increasing within frequent years. So in year 2009, Gartner published a report about next generation firewall. Palo Alto was the first company in industry who come up with next generation firewall. Then today, every company, every firewall vendor call them as next generation firewall. Shall I cover different wall type or I can skip it? Because
No, sir, you can cover.
basic thing. I'm not sure. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can continue with this.
Okay. So we have different firewall type. Initially, we used to have packet filtering firewall. In packet filtering firewall, what we used to have, typically it used to work at layer 4 or layer 3 of OSI. If I consider a packet, what we have IP, we have port, and we have data. So packet filtering firewall used to protect either IP or either port. Let's say I want to restrict port 21. I don't want anyone to do FTP transmission within my company. So I was able to block TCP port 21 to block FTP, or TCP port 20 to block FTP signaling. It used to work on OSI layer 4. Then we had full inspection firewall. I'm moving slide ahead. In stateful firewall, what it used to do, so let's see, as you can see in this Tyagi, a trusted user is sitting within the organization. They are going to the internet, which is untrusted zone. So what they are doing, they are sending a packet in which they have a source ID of 1.1, destination they are trying to reach is 2.2.2, source port which they are using is TCP 35478, destination port is port 80. That means they are trying to access a website or web page. So once a packet will go to the internet, pass the firewall, return back from internet to firewall, firewall will check what was the source IP address. Firewall will check what was the destination IP address. It should be in sync with the initial packet which was sent. If in case it is sync and also the source port, destination port, then only it used to allow packet to enter within the firewall. Else it used to block it. So this is our stateful firewall functionality. Then we used to have application layer firewall. Typically, it was there to secure different applications. Let's say web-based application, FTP protocols, or any application which was there at that point of time. Although now we have enhanced into application layer firewall, and we have a dedicated solution which is called WAF, Web Application Firewall. Although WAF is different from application layer firewall, WAF main functionality is to secure our web-based application. Like web-based application could be Facebook, web-based application could be we are accessing Netflix, which we are accessing through web is web-based application. And in nowadays, organization place these web-based application on public cloud, because I'm sure you people are still remember whenever we used to book a ticket from IRCTC or used to book Vaishno Devi helicopter ride, there was a lot of problem because at that point of time, all the servers, web servers were staying within the organization itself. Cloud, the benefit is we can have cloud busting also. So what is cloud busting? The moment a web-based application see lot of traffic is coming on that server, automatically it will spin up more servers. So it can do load balancing within the servers. While in case of on-premise, the cloud busting functionality is not there. That's why you will see lot of e-commerce based company start with the public cloud. They keep their web-based applications on public cloud. So in order to secure these specialized web attacks, we have lot of special web attacks. In order to mitigate or stop those attacks, we need to have WAF or web application firewall. Then the fourth one is next generation firewall. So what is a next generation firewall? Again, this terminology was taught by Gartner. Many times you will hear about Gartner. So what exactly? Gartner is a private organization which continuously analyze trend of technology across the globe, and from time to time they come up with different acronyms or different terminologies. Like some year back they come up with BYOD, bring your own device. They see a trend how the people are working, how the companies are working. Based on that trend, they come up with different framework forward, organizations should work in this way, which will be efficient for them. Now, sometime back during COVID era, they come up with SASE, SASE. I'll cover. I'm sure lot of you heard about SASE, but I have a slide. What is SASE? The recent terminal is SSE, which is again a subset of SASE, which I'll cover going forward. So what is next generation firewall? Next generation firewall is a combination of different security. Again, since you haven't seen firewall, probably most of you must have seen, but if in case you haven't seen it, so firewall is not a wall with fire. It is a plain appliance which we can have on premise. It comes into different form factor. Either we can have in virtual form factor or a dedicated hardware appliance which will come. So I was talking about next generation firewall. What is a firewall? Previously, in our data center, we used to place a firewall. There used to be a standalone firewall box. People who are working from home or from remote locations, we used to have VPN concentrator. A dedicated box for VPN concentrator, so people can connect from VPN and access the application, the resource within the organization. We used IPS or IDS. Difference between IPS and IDS is IPS work inline in real time. IDS only detect if there is an attack, then it send an alert. While an IPS can detect and block a attack also. It mainly work, both of them mainly work on predefined signatures. And from time to time, OEM publish new signature based on new attack. So stay safe from latest attack. They used to have dedicated web proxy to control the website. Like many times we have seen in organization, we are not allowed to access Facebook or Naukri.com or some other site, which is controlled by web proxy. Previously, it used to controlled by web proxy. Then we used to have gateway level antivirus protection box. We used to have web filtering. Applications also, let's say, certain organizations allow Facebook to see the post during lunchtime for 10 minutes, but people are not able to play the games on Facebook, or they can not post the post on Instagram. They can only see their which we control by web filtering box. They also used to have a dedicated sandbox within the company. What is a sandbox? Sandbox is, nowadays we have sandbox on cloud. I get a email attachment or any file from my firewall. My
Excuse me, sir.
firewall.
Vijay sir,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. I think most of the people are having voice issues like while listening to you. I think there's some issue with like we are not able to hear you properly.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Sound is breaking in between.
Yes, so for most of the people, if you just go
Sound
to
is
the
breaking and
chat,
sound is very
yeah.
low.
Although
Your
I'm
TTL is
continuously
your TTL is very high, like,
pinging to Google,
and sometimes it's
and
and your this response time is sometimes like it's 182 ms, so it's very high. So I think there's some issue, maybe some issue with some internet connection. Yeah.
I can change my.
Ping
Let
is,
me change my. Thanks for highlighting that. Let me change my link.
so you will be disconnected once.
Let me know how it goes now.
Sure, sir.
Is it okay now? Any better?
So seems better. Thank you.
Speaker is.
I think it is fine, sir. We are able to hear you.
It's fine. Okay,
No,
wonderful.
yeah, now it's better. It seems better.
Okay, thanks for highlighting that. So, what is a sandbox? Typically, let's say from my firewall or through email, I get a attachment, any file which my firewall or my perimeter gateway level device think is a malicious. Although currently we don't have any signature for that. So what we do, the solution will automatically send the file to sandbox environment. Typically it stay in public cloud. In public cloud, file will go to a specific VM. Automatically a VM or machine will spin up. Entire thing will be automated. The VM will execute that file. They will click on the file. They will see what kind of activity file is doing. Probably if it is trying to connect to a neighboring country or some malicious country to a malicious website, it will declare that file as malicious. If in case it will not do any such activity, any harmless activity, it will allow that file as benign and allow the firewall to send the file to the intended host. Then we used to have dedicated SSL inspection also. What is the SSL inspection? Typically, what we do, and many time I laugh also, what organization do, they place firewall, next generation firewall. They are pretty secure. But the I
Sir,
today
sorry
9
to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. So I think there's again
is
some problem.
encrypted. Means if
Uh,
we are accessing any of
Tyagi
the
sir, Tyagi sir, sorry to interrupt you again. I think there's some issue with the voice again. Anybody else is
showing
feeling?
encrypted.
Anybody feeling?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes, sir.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes. Seems that network
Yeah.
issue. Something.
Tyagi sir,
Chris, sir,
I'm
clear.
wondering
hello.
why this is.
Tyagi sir,
Hanji, Hanji.
sir, I think there's some issue with the internet connection because again the problem is there with the voice. Like it's breaking in between. So you can check your internet speed, like yeah, with the ping. Uh,
It's showing perfectly fine. There is no packet drop in between. I have changed 2.4 gigahertz now connected to 2.4 gigahertz. Is it okay? Sound is okay? Mic testing. Hello.
Yes, sir.
sir,
Now it is okay, but
sir,
sometimes
sometime it is
Am I
okay, sir. If
audible?
sir, sir, if you see your ping now, so you will find there are there's a fluctuation in the time, like see it's 200 ms, 58 ms, 31, then 628, then 105. So it means the connection is not stable at all. 1397 ms, so connection is not stable.
Try to, because I have tried both Geo and Airtel. Let me spot.
Uh,
Let me try to connect to my phone hotspot. Although such problem rarely occur with me.
yeah, maybe sir, there might be some
Things
issue
will
within the
improve.
area. So yeah, so that is something which can happen with anybody anytime. Yeah, no issues.
Probably. And the weekend also started. Now people probably watching lot of movies now. But having said that, let me try to fix it.
So,
Please bear
like,
with me. I'm
yes, no
trying to
issue, sir.
connect
Please
to
take your
the
time. Just take your time.
hottest
Like,
spot.
if this time is up to 48 ms, that is bearable. Anything beyond 48 ms is like slowing down the connection.
Seems my phone net is working good. It looks stable. So let me know if again we face a problem. Else I have dual SIM also. I'll try to swap the SIM.
Sure, sir.
Okay, can I continue?
Yeah, please, sir. Please.
So sorry, this thing is happening.
Presentation. Usually this doesn't happen, but today it's happening. I'm so sorry. So I was there on SSL inspection. Today, around 80 to 90% of web traffic is encrypted. What I see, customer is best of breed firewall on their gateway, on their parameter, but their firewall is not able to inspect that traffic. So in order to inspect all the encrypted web traffic, we need to have SSL inspection box, dedicated SSL inspection box. Because the moment we turn on this functionality on our any of the next generation firewall, its CPU and memory will go to 60, 70% high. So it's not recommended to have this functionality running on your next generation firewall. But since previous to next generation firewall, we used to have a dedicated box, at least not everywhere, but in big organizations they used to have. Now in next generation firewall, what we have done, we have combined all these functionality into a single box. Obviously, we have two boxes for high availability if in case one box goes down. But all the functionality, all the capability is getting delivered by a single appliance. That's why we call it next generation firewall. They have enhanced the performance of these boxes. They have put lot of hardware accelerator, so the performance should not goes down. Today also, whenever we design, let's say our customer will come up with an office for 5,000 or 10,000 users, we always design based on firstly the number of users, how many users will be there, what will be the internet bandwidth. So a lot of parameter we consider, then only we recommend a box. Because today, if customer buy a box and today their CPU is reaching at 50-60%, it doesn't make any sense. Because always customer buy a box firewall considering 5-year growth plan. They don't want to change a firewall next year or next year. So a lot of consideration has to be done to size a box. Having said that, in next generation firewall, all capability are there into a single box. So I was talking about.
Sir, sir, I have a question. Sir,
Yes,
what
yes,
is the
please.
difference between zero-day protection and sandboxing?
So zero-day protection is again, although sandboxing and zero-day is interrelated. Let's say I have an organization. What my competitor will do, they will create a new malware or new ransomware which doesn't have any signature. They specifically create a virus, a malware for my organization. The moment the packet will arrive on my firewall, although it doesn't have any signature. But today's firewall are very intelligent because they are using AI and ML. If they trace any suspicious activity in that packet, they will immediately send that file to sandbox environment. Typically, the difference is we send files which doesn't have any signature to sandbox environment. In sandbox environment, we execute the file automatically. We see whether they are connecting to command and control server in neighboring countries or in some other country, whether they are connecting, whether they are installing any virus on that virtual machine. So it observes the behavior of that file for certain period of time. Once it sees the file is not showing any malicious activity, malicious behavior, it allows that file to transfer through the firewall. So to answer you, in sandbox, we always send 0-day attack kind of files only. Does that answer your question?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
So
I have one
again,
question.
yeah, please.
Sir, I want to know difference between packet filter firewall and stateful inspection firewall. What is the difference? Because
Okay.
packet filter is also source and destination, and in stateful inspection you are also looking for source and destination.
So packet filtering is not keeping the state information. Let's say I am a user, I am going to google.com. If I'll go back. So over here, you can see packet filtering only used to track the outgoing packet. That source IP, my source IP, my source port, it used to block that only. In case of stateful inspection, it keep state table, session table also for returning traffic. Let's say a packet went from organization to internet, again it will come back also. So stateful inspection firewall is keeping state not only of outgoing packet but incoming packet also. So it always keep a track. If there is any deviation in the state, it will block that traffic. So to answer you, packet filtering is only inspecting the outgoing traffic, while the stateful inspection firewall is monitoring, tracking the outgoing as well as incoming traffic also. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So SASE, we have SASE, Secure Access Service Edge. Gartner taught this terminology, SASE, I think in year 2018. So why we need the SASE-like architecture? I'll tell you what is SASE, but let's understand what has changed. So Gartner has to come up with a new architecture altogether for organization. This is previous time setup. This is current setup. Previously, we used to have our organization, a headquarter of our organization with which multiple branch offices are connecting. They used to connect through MPLS circuit, through lease line, or through VPN. And we also used to have public cloud somewhat. So previously, all the data center or all application used to reside within the headquarter itself. All the application server or ERP used to reside on in the headquarter office only. So if a user over here, user A wants to access the ERP, they will go to MPLS circuit, they will go to head office, they will access the ERP. In case they want to access internet, at that point of time, all the internet used to pass from head office only. So a user B sitting at this branch, They want to access internet. They want to access uh, uh, Google. Sorry, was that a question? No. So a user sitting at this branch office wants to access internet. They used to go through MPLS circuit to headquarters. Then from there, they used to access the internet, which was creating lot of problem to the user in terms of user experience, especially at branch offices. They used to have poor performance or of application access or internet access. Since COVID era, what we have seen, people were working remotely. Lot of traffic, lot of organizations are hosting their application on public cloud, not within the head office. So altogether, the traffic pattern has changed since lot and lot traffic is going to internet now. Similarly, the branch office also wants to have their dedicated internet link. So there was a shift in way we used to work previously and now we are working. Especially in COVID era, 100% of people who are working from home except for few essential services. So a new shift, a new architecture was required. So Gartner come up with SASE as a solution. What they have done, they have brought all the next generation firewall functionality in a network security stack. We have our next generation firewall, we have proxy, we have DNS security, role based access control, all security component firewall we have brought to public cloud. So SASE has two components. One is network as a service, second is network security as a service. So SASE is a convergence of network as a service and security as a service. Especially in network as a service, we have SD-WAN. Now, lot and lot of organizations are adopting to SD-WAN. What is SD-WAN? Like previously, the branch office used to connect through MPLS circuit. So MPLS circuit are very expensive. Now what organizations are doing, they are connecting the branch through internet only using SD-WAN technology, which is cost effective and organization get same experience, user gets same experience as of costlier MPLS circuit. Similarly, since today users are working from anywhere, people might be working from home, people are working from airport, people are working from their homes also. Like today also, if I'll consider today, day to day, lot of organizations are into hybrid mode. Their employees for in week 2 days they are working from office, 3 days they are working from home, and some people are staying at a remote location at Chhattisgarh, at anywhere within the country. So for us as a security professional, it's very critical to secure these users because now the threat point has increased. Like previously, all people used to work within the office. So it was very easy to secure their traffic, to secure the data within the organization. Now people are working from anywhere. There are endless threat point. A attacker for a attacker sitting anywhere, if they want to get into my ERP, they will not target my head office or my public cloud where ERP is residing. Rather, they will look for the weakest link. Weakest link will be a user working from his or her home. They will try to compromise, they will try to infect their laptop or desktop. Once they will take control of their laptop and desktop, then they will come up to the my ERP server to infect it. That's why we need security solutions which will follow a user irrespective of their location. Now, all security is available in public cloud. Obviously, different OEM has different cloud. So, irrespective of location, if I'm an employee of organizations, if I am sitting at my office, working from there, I am getting security, same controls if I am working from home next day. So security is following a user irrespective of location. That's why Gartner has come up with SASE as an architecture. I'm sure in a lot of conference you heard about SASE, and slowly, gradually, firewall, next generation firewall market will goes down because organizations are moving toward cloud-based security. Even today, I get inquiry from few customers that at branch location, we don't want to place the next generation firewall. Why not use a cloud-based security? So such kind of a trend I can see is moving on. Even Gartner also predict, I think within 3-4 hours, firewall sale will goes down significantly. That's why every OEM, every security vendor is coming up with their SASE solution or cloud-based security solutions. So the new terminology is SSE, Secure Service Edge. So all the security component, cloud-based security component now called SSE. And although the vendor has started marketing this terminology, but going forward, you will see a lot of SSE solutions. I don't want to take the leaders which are there in the market, but you will hear from them itself. SSE is previously we used to have network security as a service. They have given a terminology to it as SSE, Secure Service Edge.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are into like renewable assets. My name is Ankit. So, I mean, in terms of renewable assets, we have data and all solution at site, plant level. So how this cloud security services or cloud security solutions will be helpful in securing those renewable assets?
So renewable asset means, Ankitji, if you want to give an example.
For example, like we have PV generation plants or wind generation plants. I mean, or a combination. Mostly like we have PV generation plants, solar modules plants where we have the generation of the solar radiation and we generate or evacuate the power to grid for
OT.
I
You
mean
have OT
for
infra.
distributing. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So this architecture is mainly around enterprise infra, because today also what I have seen, especially in manufacturing segment, in power or in other utility segment, people don't want to expose their OT infra to internet. Although what we have seen, they want to provide remote access of OT, like their security admin or OT admin is working from home, let's say once in a week. Those people wants to access the OT infra. So for OT infra, the security requirement is different. Typically, what are the main critical point in OT infra is, firstly, we have to identify the vulnerability. Still, I heard some companies are using Windows XP in OT infra because they don't want to touch those machines which are working, because it is a mission critical environment. 24/7, they have to make the manufacturing of equipment. They don't want to touch those machines. So for OT infra, we should firstly identify the vulnerability, try to patch them. That is the main criticality or first factor for OT security. Then obviously, since we are connecting to IP world also, to the internet also, we have to look for ways. So we create segmentation. If our attacker is able to at least access some server, they are not able to fully get into the OT infra. So for OT, the security requirement is little different. So I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. please.
Yes, I mean, I got your point of elaboration. My another question will be like, I mean, is there any possibility, because if we have multiple plants, multiple power plants or OT station at different locations, so therein, and if we are combining it to some like somewhere in the control center, which is in an enterprise
Startup.
network, so whether like some sort of cloud security service will be helpful in that scenario, or it is again we have to go ahead in securing each plant separately, and then the I mean control center at office scenario as separate I mean security level.
No, definitely cloud-based security, even in such environment, zero trust is a requirement, which means trust no one. Every connection, every inspection is continuously monitored. So in this scenario, what you can do if you are connecting on IP, typically place since you will have internet connections also at all these branch locations, what you can do, you can have a internet link along with a IPsec enabled device. It could be a router, it could be anything which ISP can provide. From that router, you will create a site-to-site tunnel with the OEM public cloud or OEM data center, the nearest data center. Let's say all the security OEMs have data center across Delhi, across Mumbai, across Chennai. So nearest data center, you will create a IPsec tunnel. Similarly, all branch office and your head office is connected to the OEM cloud, and they are passing traffic to each and other. This could be relevant if you see organization is ready to go on that way. Especially what I have seen in OT, people are in the manufacturing for the OT environment, they are still reluctant to go on the cloud infra. Same way I have seen in PSU, still little people, although people are started moving toward cloud journey, but the moment they hear about cloud, they say no, we don't want to go. But if you see your organization, I am not aware what is the landscape, but if you see they are open, your management is open, definitely SSE as a solution is a wonderful offering for your organization, because instead of managing single box, let's say you have 100 of branch office, you have to manage 100 of firewall at each branch location. Over here, from a single console, you are managing 100 offices, creating policy from a click of mouse, and you are getting all the best of breed security controls to mitigate any risk. Does that answer you, Ankit ji?
Yes. So good. I got my answers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the second threat vector is email security. Still, I see a lot of organizations whenever I talk to their CIO or CISO, sir, how you are protecting your email? They are on Office 365. They very confidently say, we are on Office 365. Our email is secure. But this is not exactly the case, because Microsoft or Google are wonderful email relay provider. Their main business is not of security. Moreover, if in case of Microsoft 365, in case of Microsoft Office 365, organization wants to have all the security functionality, they have to go with E5 licenses, which are very expensive. So I always recommend them to go for a third party solutions who are specialized into email security. So this still I see, especially in mid segment of organization, they don't have dedicated email security solutions. Third threat vector is endpoint security. to secure our servers, to secure our laptop, to secure our desktop. For this, we typically have two solutions. One is EPP and the latest one is EDR. What is EPP? EPP is endpoint protection and response. These are the legacy solution we used to have previously, although now these OEM has also come up with EDR, at least they tell so. So EPP typically are our legacy antivirus solution, which we used to install. We work on signature and we frequently update the signature to secure our laptop or desktop. EDR are new generation endpoint security solutions. It mitigates, it provides security from zero-day attack. It provides security from advanced persistent threat. What is an advanced persistent threat? Advanced persistent threat is attacker is there in my network, in my laptop from last 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. Attacker has control of my laptop or desktop or my server. They are not doing anything. They are simply observing. And all of a sudden, once my IT team is on leave, or it's a Christmas, or it's a Diwali, or it's a New Year, they will replicate the virus within the infra. So EDR provides protection from zero-day attack, from advanced persistent threat, and all new age attack in real time because they use AI and ML at the back end. So all the major organizations are today using EDR. Obviously, they use some flavor of EPP because today also in EDR solutions, we don't have full-fledged DLP. So typically in enterprise organization, they go for EDR and they also have a separate kind of DLP if DLP is their business requirement. The best part is EDR also has by default an antivirus, but EDR vendor never sell it as antivirus functionality. So we have covered major threat vector, which is internet, which is email, and which is endpoint. With this, do you want to take a break for 5 minutes or shall we continue?
Sir, we should take break of 5 minutes.
Okay, wonderful. So currently it's 7:14. We will connect at 7:19 exactly.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
Okay.
Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
I'll take it as yes. Okay, wonderful. So over here we have security framework. We have different security frameworks. So what is a security framework? Basically, if any of the organization wants to enforce security best practice, security policies, they want some reference. So we have all these framework, different framework as a reference, which organization can implement within the organization to secure their infra. Like we have NIST framework. NIST has different variant for type of business. We have ISO, especially in India. ISO 27001 is very famous. We have CIS standard also. This is again US based organization. We have HIPAA. HIPAA is required for the organizations which are into medical line. It is a mandatory compliance. We have GDPR for privacy. For all the European organizations, they should enforce GDPR compliance. And the penalty in case of single GDPR breach is huge. Organization has to pay 4% of their annual revenue in case of a single breach. If the GDPR committee justified that organization doesn't took all the measures to secure the organization, secure the data as per GDPR compliance, it's a huge penalty. Similarly, we have COVID framework from ISACA. For the company who are into credit card transaction, they need to have PCI compliance. That is a different compliance. So these are famous security framework which organization enforce. Over here we have common type of cyber attack. I'll open a website also, so I can take you through most common type of attack. My website is visible.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So these are major type of cyber attack. First one is malware. Malware has different variant available. I'll not talk about everyone, but the deadliest is ransomware. What ransomware do? It firstly attacker come in within my server. They put a payload in my server. They encrypt my data. Consider a scenario. In morning, I am working in a manufacturing company. Altogether, their SAP or their ERP data is encrypted. No one is able to work on that server. So it is a deadliest type of malware. And typically, organization has to pay the money in Bitcoin to the attacker to again able to see their data. We have variant form of malware. Trojan horse is again a famous thing. So what Trojan malware do? It comes into my normal file. Let's say I am downloading a normal file, a benign file from internet. Attacker will put a payload of malicious virus or malware in that. The Trojan horse or the Trojan will sit in my laptop, desktop. It will wait for right time to get executed. Then we have denial of service attack. In denial of service attack, what an attacker will do, it will not allow me to do my normal work. Like in morning hour, we used to see in IRCTC, everyone is logging on the IRCTC site. The site or the server doesn't have that much resource to handle those much requests. That's why it used to go slow, or sometimes it used to get down. So that was a kind of unintentional denial of service attack. Second is phishing. Phishing nowadays is a common type of attack which is happening across us. Phishing comes into form of SMS. We many times we get WhatsApp. If you want to work in part time in AWS, contact here. We got a call, so it's called phishing, voice based phishing attack. Someone will call us कि कैसे हैं आप? I stuck up in Mathura. I need money. Please transfer 5,000 rupees. So all these kind of a phishing. Spoofing is also kind of a phishing, but a dedicated thing in which attacker try to impersonate us as a genuine person. Like many times in email, typically I have seen CFO get lot of such emails, or C-level executive. CFO will get an email from email look like of their CEO. CEO will write, hey, Mr. CFO, I stuck up in Singapore. I lost my flight. Please transfer 10,000 USD immediately in my account. So such kind of attacks are happening, in which obviously we need to have different control, defense in depth approach to mitigate such attack. Fifth kind of attack is identity based attack, in which attacker steal our credentials, our username and password, and try to create harm. This is very complex to identify because they are using valid credentials. For example, someone will steal my LinkedIn username and password and posting something weird. Sixth attack is code injection attack. Typically in our application, in our database, attacker injects the malicious code which execute and create problem within the application. Seventh kind of attack is supply chain attack. Supply chain attack typically use the trust of third party vendor. I'm sure you heard about solar wind attack. In solar wind attack, what attacker has done, they compromise SolarWind update server. So user used to get latest update from their server. What malicious actor or attacker has done, they inject a virus in that update server. So if I am using SolarWind as an application, and obviously I want to update my SolarWind application, the moment I'll download update, a virus, a malware also comes into my laptop or desktop or within my network. That was a very famous attack. Then we have insider threat. Insider threat is still a huge factor because many times, due to lot of factors, we have unhappy employees. There could be XYZ reason. People are not happy with organization and they want to create harm within the organization. Let's say if I am hosting my ERP, my SAP within my office, they try to do DOS attack, they try to do different attacks so that the ERP should go slow or ERP will not be accessible. So business can hamper. Still, this is a major attack, and that's why organization enforce not only security solutions at their gateway, they place security solution within the organization also to mitigate such attacks. And IoT based attack, obviously. We heard in IoT how the attackers are I think in US or Saudi Arabia, they came into water plant, they increased the chlorine level, and the IoT based or OT attack are very, very harmful because it can impact the human life. So over here, we have
Vijay,
yeah.
Again, Ankit this side.
Yeah, Ankit ji. Ankit ji, I am not able to hear you. Ankit ji, are you there?
Yes, Vijay. I was basically asking about like if you can elaborate this IoT attacks. I mean how we can mitigate that with this. I mean with what implementation if we can do to mitigate the risk to get that IoT attacks. I mean.
So, Ankit ji, IoT is a very huge topic in itself, and it can take not days, rather weeks, if I'll start doing it. But to summarize you, obviously, first to identify the vulnerability, the weakness we have in our OT infra, patch those vulnerability, because what attacker do, if I am attacker, I'll look for vulnerability or weakness. The moment I found any weakness or vulnerability, I'll attack on that. First step is to identify, firstly to know your asset, because what I heard some time back, our team went to a organization for OT security. They asked customer how many assets you have in OT. Customer said we have around 5,000 assets. Our team put a scanner. They started scanning. What we found, customer has around 10,000 OT assets, sensors and different devices. So first step is to identify what are your assets in OT, because especially in OT environment, we have huge large plant, some 20 kilometer, 30 kilometer. It's very difficult to identify the assets. First step is to identify the asset. Second step is to know the vulnerability. Third step is to patch those vulnerability. Then obviously, if you are connecting to internet, you should have best of breed parameter level security. So attacker should not able to get inside your infra. And obviously nowadays the OT admin are accessing OT infra from home also or from remote location also. So they should have some kind of a proxy solution through which they are able to connect to their OT infra. They should not able to directly connect through VPN to their OT. Rather in between a proxy kind of a thing should be there to connect. Then obviously segmentation, which is a big point for OT environment. We should have a small island of equipments based on their functionality. So God forbidden, if our attacker is able to come into one segment, at least they are not able to move to the second segment. Then we should have visibility of OT infra, probably through SIM or source solutions or network behavior analysis kind of a solutions, which continuously monitor the behavior pattern of OT infra. The moment these solutions see any abnormality, because whenever a attacker or malicious actor will come inside your infra, your traffic pattern will change. Lot of traffic is going to the command and control center where they are passing on the information. Altogether, a behavior change will come within the infra. So such solutions not only monitor, they alert the admin, they alert the SOC team. If customer has source solution, it will automatically mitigate the risk, mitigate those attacks. In summary, this is the thing, Ankit ji, because if I talk lot about OT, it will take lots and lots of time. I hope
Yes,
I am
yes.
able to answer you.
I understand your point, but I mean my major concern, like if we can have or we can I mean try some softwares through which we can counter or we can have like eye on these IoT devices, because for example in renewable assets like one PV plant we have like 10 station or 50 stations in one plant, and all I mean currently the OEMs like Siemens or anyone are providing solution with RTUs, IoT based RTUs at each inverter station level. So if you have any sort of like softwares examples which we can use that, or we can I mean just try to keep eye on these IoT devices, and we can make ourselves or make our plant secured, or
Sure,
try to
Ankit ji.
make. Yeah.
Point taken. So we have a lot of solution, especially to secure the OT infra, but in interest of time, we will take it offline and we'll discuss it out.
Cool, cool. Okay, okay.
So where we are talking about secure network design, lot of consideration we have to do. First one is we should not have single point of failure. Like we should not have a single firewall only at gateway. If firewall goes down, our entire infra is at risk. We should not have complex interdependency of solutions. Like today, I have seen organization place lot of best of breed solutions from different vendors. But the challenge is these vendor solutions are not talking to each other. If our email security solution see any attack, email security solution is not informing my endpoint EDR solution that attack is coming from this public IP address, from this domain. So we should have synergy within the infra that if one security solution see a attack, it should replicate that information to other solutions also. Then we should have proper documentation, proper change control to reduce the risk. And important one is if we have placed a firewall, next generation firewall only, we should not consider our infra is completely secure. We have to adopt defense in depth approach, different layer of security to reduce the risk or to mitigate the attack. So such practice are there. Some reference thing I'm sharing. Cisco has some reference architecture. I'm sure other company also have reference architecture. I'll quickly run through that. They have their campus architecture guide, in which firstly they say, see within the campus what kind of a communication which is going, like CEO sending a mail to stakeholder, employee researching about product information, SME is taking or giving consultation. We have vendors which are connecting to the devices, and guests are also coming. Then what we do, we create these flows, we map the flow with the security solutions. Like if a CEO is sending a mail to stakeholder, what kind of a security solutions are required? At my end, and also for consultation, we can tell to our shareholders, hey, Mr. Shareholder, you should have these solutions. So these kind of a reference architecture we have, which we can refer. But again, it's not a single place to find such, because NIST and other open framework also has wonderful things. I've shown you for reference. Obviously, we need to have segmentation is very important, because typically what attacker do, the moment they enter within the network, they try to replicate. The terminology is move laterally. If they come inside my network, they try to move within the network. So if we have segmentation, if they are able to compromise a segment, at least my other segments are secure. Segmentation is required. Typically, we create segmentation based on VLANs or based on firewalls also. This is a slide I'm sure you must have gone through, how different devices solutions work on which OSI layer, a very basic thing which I'll move forward. Then in terms of routing and switching protocols, we have switching, we have layer 2 forwarding, layer 3 forwarding, we have address resolution protocol, we have IP, we have routing protocol also. This slide is around ARP request. Although since from last 2 days you are hearing about basic, I am sure you must have gone through this, how exactly a layer 2 forwarding or ARP request move within the network. To all move, I'll not explain it over here. So this is a typical topology. Mainly in an organizations, we have private network, we have extranet in which our consultant, in which our contractors are connecting, and we have internet. So what we do, we create segments based on VLAN. VLAN typically we create on switches, and based on functionality, like we create VLAN for HR department, we create VLAN for marketing department, we create VLAN for finance department, and all communication goes through a layer 3 device. So segmentation is important, firstly to reduce the broadcast and also to provide security between VLANs. Although nowadays the VLAN concept slowly, gradually is changing. Again, that is a very advanced thing which I don't want to highlight for now. Like over here, you can see we have segment for remote VPN, we have segment for extranet, we have segment for different workstation. Company, lot of big organization, especially financial organization, what they do, they create a honey net also, in which they keep their servers public facing. So attacker will come to the server, they will try to compromise, and they will understand how exactly the attacker doing their malicious activity. We have demilitarized zone. It is a very important concept. Typically, if an organization, we have servers which people are accessing from internet, we never keep them within inside of the infra. We always keep them within the DMZ infra. So on the left hand side, you can see we have ISP internet links. It is a dual stack firewall design in which we have ISP connecting to a first firewall. Then we have our internet facing servers, which people, which are users, which are contractor are accessing from internet. We never keep them within the inside of infra. We keep them on the DMZ. Then we have second tier of firewall to secure our internal infra. Intent is, if this firewall is not able to mitigate a risk, mitigate the attack, at least we have a firewall, second firewall. Large organization, financial organization keep these firewall from different OEM, because they see if this OEM is not able to stop attack over here, at least they have firewall, next generation firewall from different OEM to stop that attack. This is a separate topology for DMZ. We have our internet links connecting to our firewall. We have created a separate zone of DMZ for external facing servers. Then this is our internal infra. God forbidden, if attacker is able to compromise these servers, then also they are not able to come within our internal infra. This is the functionality of DMZ, demilitarized zone. Here we are talking about port security. We should take a lot of precaution in terms of port security. We should always disconnect unused port. We should rather disable port, switch port, which are not we are using. We should also use MAC-based filtering on the switch. We should also limit how many MAC address can connect to a port. Then we have 802.1x authentication also, which lot of organizations are using. I'll cover it in couple of slides, in upcoming slides. This is the important thing to secure not only your wired infra, but your wireless infra also. We have multi-factor authentication. Till this was our optional control to secure an organization, but today lot of organizations are implementing multi-factor authentication, not only for the VPN-based services, but they are integrating in their internal infrastructure too. Let's say you have servers Companies are integrating multi-factor authentication with their server login. Companies are integrating multi-factor authentication with their web-based applications. Companies are integrating multi-factor authentication if they are accessing their critical devices like firewall or router or switch. The moment a security team will do a SSH or telnet on a switch or a firewall, a multi-factor authentication will also come. So it is a need of today's time because username and password can easily get compromised. We have SIM also. SIM, typically what SIM do? SIM collect logs from entire infrastructure, be it your switch, be it your router, be it your servers. Some company also have their workstation traffic goes to the SIM. SIM correlate all the traffic in real time. It highlight mission critical if any attack is happening. It highlights the attack, which security or SOC team take necessary measure to the attack. Even company also integrate their public cloud infra, like if they have workload or applications on AWS, Azure, or Google, they integrate that infra with their SIM. So they have holistic visibility within the entire organization. Nowadays, I can see lot and lot of organizations are moving toward SIM and SOAR kind of a solutions. So difference between SIM and SOAR is SIM collect all the logs, give higher severity to the mission critical attack. SOAR take action on those attacks. Typically, we integrate SIM and SOAR with our CRM like ServiceNow. It automatically create a ticket in ServiceNow, and it SOAR have playbook in which it tells the security analyst team what to do in case of such breaches. I intentionally kept these few things so you can also stay updated. Although you must be aware with SIM, SOAR, and MFA and all the stuff. So I'll quickly run it through. Now we will come to Wi-Fi. This is a journey of Wi-Fi standards. Initially in 1997, we used to have 802.11 standards. These standards were formed by triple E vendor consortium. All the Wi-Fi vendor meet together. They made a forum in which they make sure they have similar standards so their device can communicate to each other. So the Wi-Fi journey started from 97. At that point of time, the bandwidth was of 2 Mbps. Today, we have Wi-Fi 6. The width which we can get is 9.6 Gbps. This consortium is working on Wi-Fi 7, which will be released by 2024, which will have bandwidth of 40 G. Lot of announcement. Nowadays, I can see, especially large organizations, more and more people are opting for Wi-Fi only infra because lot of maturity we have seen in Wi-Fi now. User experience has increased significantly. Still, if I consider myself, I hardly connect to a wire in my office. I always use Wi-Fi. So some of, I will not take the name, they are opting for Wi-Fi only infra. Sorry, I got a call on phone. I think I got hanged up. So I will not take a name of your organization, large organization, but they are not going on wire infra. They are not upgrading their switches. Rather, they are going with Wi-Fi only. So Wi-Fi today has reached a lot of maturity, lot of stability, and bandwidth is not a concern. These are the various Wi-Fi access methods. Typically, authentication how we used to authenticate. We used to have open authentication in which we simply connect to a Wi-Fi SSID without username and password. We were able to connect it, which was not secure, obviously. Second method was shared authentication, in which we use the password to connect. Third method is EAP authentication, which is secure authentication mechanism. So these are different protocols which EAP use. We have a long journey of these protocols, and they have different functionality also. So EAP TLS is the highest security protocol which organization use. It use digital signature certificate also. Then we have PEEP. PEEP was invented by Cisco Systems. We have EAP Fast also. Different standard depending on different security level, but the highest one is EAP TLS. It's most secure. It use certificate also. So these are the wireless encryption method. I'm sure you are aware what is encryption, although I'll cover in my upcoming slide what is encryption. So the journey started with 1997 with WEP, Wired Equivalent Privacy. It stayed in the market, and I think within 1 or 2 years, it was cracked. Or the normal user with packet sniffer were able to crack it. The consortium come up with WPA 1 version. It stayed for some time. Then it was also cracked. Next standard was WPA 2. It has more functionality, more security. It uses AES, which is a better encryption method. It uses more cipher blockchain. It uses enterprise authentication option, means radius server. Means it was more secure in comparison to WPA version 1. Now we have WPA 3 also, which is our latest standard, and organizations are adapting to it. These are different flavor of encryption methods for Wi-Fi. As such, there is no detail, so I'm not putting much focus into that. So I was talking about 802.1x authentication, which lot of organizations are deploying. And since COVID era, I have seen lot of organizations are asking for this 802.1x authentication. So what we do, we typically place a AAA server. What is a AAA server? It's called authentication, authorization, accounting. Authentication means who you are. Authorization means what you can do. Accounting means what you have done. So AAA server or solutions keep track of all these three. In normal enterprise environment, we have switches from where users connect. We have Wi-Fi from where user connect, or we have VPN from where users connect. In a normal scenario, we can have normal users with laptop, desktop. We have OT device, we have cameras, we have sensors, we have IP phones. So these all devices connect to either switches, either Wi-Fi through one-time password, through MAC address, and all AAA functionality are enforced by this AAA server. Obviously, this AAA server is integrated to our Active Directory, to our LDAP, to our directory server, where we have where organizations has defined username and password. After authentication, it also authorizes. Let's say if an employee is connecting to my infra, they will get full access. If a contractor is connecting to my infra, this is a contractor, let's say, to my Wi-Fi, they will get internet only access. This is decided by AAA solutions. And after authorization, it also keeps the accounting, what exactly a contractor or a user or a guest has done. So a lot of functionality is there. And by default, Wi-Fi has lot of weakness, lot of vulnerability, lot of loopholes. So organization try to patch those vulnerability with different controls. So AAA solution is a wonderful control. It uses Radius as a protocol for all these functionality. And whenever I see the organizations are deploying Wi-Fi, they also go with these AAA kind of a solution, Radius kind of a solution. I hope I am not running fast and the flow is fine. If anyone has any feedback, please feel free to put forward. I believe I am connected now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, 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 sir.
So in AAA server, can you elaborate more on this accounting? Means accounting will be in form of recording or screenshot, or how will be
Sorry, I am
reporting
not
will be
able to
taken
hear
care?
you.
Yeah, in AAA server, one portion is accounting. So accounting will be in a form of user log or screenshot or recordings. How it will be taken?
I'm so sorry, but I don't know, problem is at my end. I am not able to hear you.
But we are able to hear
Anyone?
both the speaker as well as user.
Okay. It's okay now. I'll continue with this space. I can see a hand raised by Anil Ji. Anil Ji wants to say something.
Yes, sir. Am I audible? Hello. I think you just can hear me, right?
Yes, yes.
But
Yes, yes.
Vijay ji, are you there?
Sorry, you are not audible.
Uh,
Yadip,
sir,
are you
we
there?
are.
But Anilji voice is clear now. I hear
Yes,
your
yes, yeah,
voice.
even I am able to hear you also. Vijay sir also.
Sir,
But Vijay sir is not able to
yes, sir.
listen us.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think there is some issues in your side, sir, because we all, all are audible. Even you are audible to us. Tyagi, sir.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm not able to hear. There is a breakage. So in interest of time, I'll move forward.
Okay, sir.
I am assuming I am audible and you are able to hear me. Wonderful. If there is some audio problem, you can call to Jaideep also. He can inform me.
Jaideep sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. But I'm driving. But I can forward your request to Vijay Tyagi, sir. I'm there,
No,
sir.
no, just talk to him and update him that he.
Yeah, I'll tell
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
He's not
yeah.
audible. I think he. Yes,
I'll
sir.
rejoin
Okay.
it. I'll rejoin it. I'll rejoin it.
Or probably CBIP team can ask the instructor to at least to check his speaker. Maybe his speaker is off, so he's not able to listen to us. Microphone is on, that is why we are able to listen to him. But his speaker is off, so he
Okay.
may not be.
Let me talk to him, sir.
Hi, I am back. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for acknowledgement. So my screen is visible now?
No, it is not
No,
shared,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Let me again share it. Visible?
Yes. Sir, in last slide, there was
Yes.
one question. In accounting,
Anji.
what are the action performed by AAA server? Means it is the user logging or screenshot or recording. I mean, which type of action it will take?
So basically it will tell, let's say I am connecting to your Wi-Fi infra in the company. It will tell at what time I connected. It will also tell if I have done command authorization. Let's say I am a user, I am connecting on any of the security device. It will tell what all command were executed. Then it will tell from which location I am connecting to your infra, from which IP address I was connecting. It will not capture the screen share, but it will give me telemetry. At least I am able to aware if when a user connected, when he out, from which location he or she connected. Those kind of information it will give. Many
So,
times we need such information for auditing or for forensic. Those kind of information we will get.
Vijay sir, Anil here, this side from
Yeah,
ERDA.
Nilji.
Yeah, I have a question that with this architecture, nowadays passwordless architecture is there for user authentication. So it
Hmm.
is advisable, more secure, or how it will work?
So basically, passwordless we use in multi-factor authentication. So we at back end we are let's say using our password. The system is using the password. In morning, I am connecting to my laptop desktop. The system, the multi-factor authentication in a single sign-on kind of an environment. I will simply put my finger on a touchpad. It will see my fingerprint, and at backend, it will also put the username and password. So it's doing simultaneous activity. So today, lot of CISO is talking about passwordless authentication, but it is mainly part of multi-factor authentication. So to answer you, yes, it's secure, it's efficient, and organizations are deploying it. Although I have started getting this query from lot of CISOs and CIOs of the company. I hope I am able to answer you, Anilji.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So we will come to cryptography. These are the main terminology. We have a plain text like normal hello.
Sir, I'm
We
not
have
able to see your screen. Is it
is it
visible
with
to
everyone?
experience?
Yes,
Yes,
it is
it's
visible.
visible.
Okay, then I will just leave and log in. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, please. So we have plain text like hello. Then we have ciphertext. Ciphertext is IFFMP. Can you tell me how it became ciphertext? What is difference between hello and IFFMP? Both are similar thing. Okay, so what I have done, I have used a cipher algorithm or encryption algorithm in which it will use the next word. After H, I will come. After E, F will come. After L, M will come. So what encryption do? It create normal text in word. So attacker is not able to understand what exactly is written. This is the beauty of encryption. Cipher means encryption method or encryption algorithm. Cryptanalysis is the art of cracking encrypted packet, especially at government level. We have a lot of crypto analytics. Their main task is to go through the encrypted traffic, which is critical to country security, and try that encryption. So in our scenario, we will have Alice and Bob, and Mallory will be a malicious actor or attacker. We will talk about hashing algorithm. We will talk about encrypt ciphers or encryption algorithms. So hashing algorithms, what exactly we do in hashing algorithm? Let's say Alice wants to send a message to Bob. I'll show you how hashing work. I'm going to a site, MD5 hash generator. I am writing, hello, how are you? Now I'm generating its hash. This is a hash. MD5 hash is a protocol, hashing protocol. SHA is a different hashing protocol. Let's say I want to make sure if I am sending this hello, how are you to my friend, I will also attach this hash value. Now what my friend will do, once he will get this message, he will again try to generate a hash. He or she will compare. If both are same, that means no tampering has been done within the message. So this hashing functionality is there for integrity. The data which we are sending to the recipient, to a sender, it's not changing in between. In this example, Alice is sending our data to Bob. The data is hello world. She will generate a text or that file. What she will do, she will send the data and hash value to Bob. Bob will receive the data and hash value. Bob will again run a hash of that data. He will compare both hash should be same. If they are same, that means no tampering has been done within the data or within the text. So hashing is for integrity. We have two type of encryption. Encryption, I hope you can remember. I made hello into a gibberish text, which if attacker is able to get in between, or she is not able to understand what I am sending. We have two type of encryption. One is symmetric encryption. Second is asymmetric encryption. So symmetric encryption use same key. Means, let's take an example of my home. I have a door at my home in which I have a key. Every time I use the same key to open and close my door lock. But consider a scenario. I'm sharing this key with my friends also, with the lady who's coming at home to wash the utensils, with other people also. Now take a scenario, someone took away my laptop from my home. In this case, since the key is shared between lot of people, so I cannot convincingly say who stole my laptop from my home. This is the problem with symmetric key. Although symmetric key is fast in transfer, it's easy to share, but the problem is with non-repudiation. I am not able to see who stole the data using the key because the key is shared with different people, same key. Anyone can steal the data with that key. So what we do in symmetric encryption, let's say we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H to Z, complete alphabet. What we do in symmetric key, we use key. Here key is we are moving any character to its third place. Let's say I want to write hello. H, where is H? H is over here. 3 character, 1, 2, 3. First one will be K. Second word is E. 3 character moving forward. 1, 2, 3. H. Similarly, this. So the text will be Khur. Similarly, if the receiver has to decrypt or understand the data, they will again use the same key. They will again move the word K. Move backward. This time they are moving backward. 1, 2, 3. Hello. H. 1, 2, 3. E. So same key is used to encrypt the data, to make a gibberish, and decrypt to make a data in readable format. This is a basic example I'm giving over here. In reality, the encryption use lot and lot of complexity. With lot of complexity, the data get encrypted, and similarly with lot of complexity, lot of mathematical computation and different things, data get encrypted and decrypted. In case of asymmetric key, we use 2 different keys. With first key, we encrypt the data. Over here, we have hello. We are moving 5 places. H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. M. E. Moving 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. J. L. Moving 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Q. M, J, Q, Q, T. In case of asymmetric algorithm, we use different key for decryption to make the gibberish text in readable format. Here I am using different key. I use 21 character. M. Acha, in asymmetric key, we cannot go backward. We have to move forward only. In case of symmetric key, we can go back, but in case of asymmetric key, we have to move forward. Although this concept is not critical to understand, but just telling for your reference. So since for decryption, I have to move 21 character forward. I'll go from the first word is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll reach over here. 21st will be H. J. I'll move forward. Next first character will be E. In this way, the asymmetric key work. And what industry terminology is public key and private key. Asymmetric algorithm use as a terminology public key and private key. Private key we never share with anyone. Public key we can share with anyone. Again, I am putting that. Private key we never share with anyone. It belongs to us only. Our public key we can share with anyone. For each transaction, we generate a private key and a public key. This is how asymmetric encryption works. So Alice wants to send our data to Bob, or rather, sorry, other way. Bob wants to send our data to Alice. What Bob will do will generate asymmetric key pair, in which he will generate a public key and a private key. Private key he will never share with anyone. Public key he will share with Alice or anyone. through different way. Once Alice will receive a public key from Bob, what she will do, she will encrypt the data in case the file hello world with Bob public key. Then Alice sends the gibberish text, cipher text to Bob. What Bob will do, Bob decrypt the cipher text from his public key, private key. Only Bob can decrypt the data from his private key. If anyone try to open the data through public key, they will never able to see that actual data. This is the beauty of asymmetric key of private and public key. Although it's slower in terms of computation, typically in normal scenario, in enterprise scenario, we use best of breed, in which initially for key sharing, we use asymmetric key algorithm. Later on, we use the private keys for data transfer. So in actual scenario, both asymmetric and symmetric is used to transfer data. Typically in our VPN, in our site-to-site VPN, we always use best of both breed. Best of both world rather. Here we have digital signature. I am sure.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Can you means how many slides we will be covering today?
I think 4 or 5 more slide has left.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
So digital signature, nowadays, we always file our ITR2 and many transactions we do through digital signature. The beauty of digital signature is digital signature provides us integrity, authentication, and later on person cannot say, I have not done it. How exactly digital signature work? In this case, in case of asymmetric key, we were encrypting the data using public key. In case of digital signature, encrypt the data using private key. So let's wants to send a digital signature to Bob. What she will do, she will use the message, she will create the SHA of message, she will encrypt both the data plus SHA using her private key. Important is she is using private key, her own private key. She will send the data or message to Bob. Bob will decrypt entire value using LS public key. Using LS public key, he gets the data and SHA value. He create a SHA from that data. He compare the SHA. It should be same. That means LS has sent. And later on, LS cannot say कि I haven't sent the message, because this is the beauty of digital signature. That's why in lot of law documents, so today digital signature is valid. I think I'm on the last slide. I kept few slides, 1 or 2 for penetration testing and Red Hat team, but I believe in subsequent chapters you will have such lectures. So that's all from my side. If anyone has any question, query, please feel free to ask. I have a WhatsApp group also, which I have recently created, in which I put updates. If in case anyone wants to join it to get updates, they can feel free to join. Any question, any query, please put forward. If anyone has doubt,
So next
can we
generation
have more
firewall.
session at any of the weekend? Because Anji, what is the query on generation firewall?
So what all features are are there in a next generation firewall? Like in a sense, like I go to the market or to a vendor, what are the basic minimum things that we can expect? Okay, this will be there in an NGFW.
देखिए, the beauty with next generation firewall with all the OEM, all the major OEM who are into Gartner leader quadrant, you have flexibility to buy the one. Bare minimum, what I have seen, company buy firewall, which will provide up to layer 7 functionality. They buy next generation IPS license also. They buy content filtering and URL filtering license also. And around 60 to 70% buy malware protection license also. Even some of the vendor is providing DNS security also in next generation firewall. Because today DNS, anything you are doing on internet, firstly the DNS name resolution is happening. So if your organization has DNS security license, or if your firewall has DNS security license, the moment intentionally or unintentionally your user will connect to a malicious website, the solution will simply block that connection. To answer you, minimum people opt for firewall, people opt for IPS, and people opt for content and URL filtering. And also, if they have VPN users, people who are working from home, they buy the VPN licenses too in their firewall.
Content filtering is same as DPI, deep packet inspection.
Content filtering is like mainly if I talk about different application like Facebook. I want for Facebook, user should only able to watch their console. They will not able to post any feeds. I can control that. Means application layer filtering I can do. Packet inspection means I through the packet at a nitty-gritty at a deeper level. So both has little different meaning.
Sir,
Official
if I
meaning.
go for a next generation firewall, and if I even intend to have a DPI, so then I need to go for a subscription for a DPI, or it comes embedded with the thing. It's a by default DPI will be there.
DPI, deep packet inspection, is by default comes into next generation fire. Typically, all the DPI functionality with IPS license.
Okay.
Because
Sir,
as
this
per
is
the
a
Gartner leader, they don't have separate license for DPI. Some might have, but not the Gartner leader. Because I work with all the Gartner leader firewalls with OEMs. I never got a DPI license in the firewall. Sorry, someone is saying something.
yes, sir. This is Anil here again. My question is that is that any tool in the using that tool that we can check that firewall configuration is okay or any gaps are there?
Okay, this is a wonderful question. So, one of the major security OEM has come up with functionality with which previously there was a mechanism to download a configuration, put on their cloud tool to see the configuration. But now they have integrated that functionality into their firewall itself. Obviously, it's a cloud-based offering. It has two variants. One is free, one is premium. But in free, you can get a glimpses whether configurations are configured as per practice or not. But other firewall vendors still they don't have such tools available. Manually, we have to see whether configurations are as per best practice or not. But one Gartner leader has provided that functionality in their firewall now.
Sir, can I ask, sir?
Yeah, Neeraj ji, please.
Sir, where should we put the IPS? Before the firewall or behind the firewall? In front of the firewall or behind the firewall? Ideally.
So ideally, again, next generation firewalls, you are getting IPS embedded
Yes, sir.
within the firewall itself. But if in case you have firewall separate and IPS separate, I have seen both flavor. But ideally, you should place your firewall first, then your IPS. Because
So as
you
to
want
avoid the
all
latency issues.
latency issue and also to mitigate all the basic attacks, firewall should stop it. On mission critical attack will be stopped by the IPS itself. But I'll be very candid. I am both flavors. Someone place in front of the internet links directly between internet links and in firewall. But in most of the cases I have seen, they firstly play firewall, then the IPS.
And same is the case with the IDS as well, sir.
So nowadays, and less organizations are using IDS because IDS scan, give you alert. It will not block any attack. Attacks are blocked by your IPS. People are using IDS. Let's say if they have to capture the traffic for some study or for some other reason. But organizations, mainly what I have seen, enterprise environment, they are not using IDS nowadays.
Actually, for OT environments, sir, day before yesterday when we had the session taken by the Siemens instructor, he was suggesting that IPS is not suggested for because of the high false positive for the OT environment. So IDS is the right solution.
Okay.
So in that case, in the OT environment, where should we place the IDS? Before or behind the firewall?
So in that scenario, it should be after your firewall. The best part in IDS, we can send lot of different many sources. We can create a span port on IDS. And from many different segments, we can send the traffic to a single IDS. So to answer you, after firewall, it should be placed.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, one doubt here. Whether VLAN is required to segregate the traffic after the firewall?
So VLAN typically we place with a LAN, local area network. VLAN is must. If you have more than, let's say,
more than
300 users or 200 users, if in your environment you have more than 300 or 400 users, you should look for creation of VLANs.
Okay.
It will enhance your network traffic and it will also enhance your security posture.
Okay, sir.
Do we have any further question or query? Jaideep, are you there?
Yes, sir. So shall we call it a day, sir, participants, or do you have any further query? I think so. So, sir, on again, we
Even
thank you
Jaideep,
for,
if they have any query, they can reach out to you and you can inform me.
Sure.
I'll respond on their queries. Because my intent is that people should have clear concept. I'm not here only to give a lecture and move on. My intent is people should get knowledge. People should get aware. If anyone has doubt, that should be resolved. So if anyone has any question, query, to Mr. Jaideep, and I'll try to respond it as soon as possible.
Okay, sir. So we'll take if further query will be there, we'll take a queries from the participants. We have a WhatsApp group, then we'll forward to you, sir.
Sure, Jaideep ji. Thanks everyone. I hope the session was formative.
Thank
So
you.
sorry in between for internet connectivity. Usually it doesn't happen with me. I don't know why today it happened. But I hope I brought some value to you.
Sir, one more request. We were not able to join the group from that barcode. So QR code. Can you please share this to Mr. Jaideep? He will forward to our cybersecurity group.
I'll share it. I'll share it with Jaideep.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, participants, for patiently, and thank you once again, sir, for a wonderful session, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good
Thank
night,
you,
sir.
sir.
Take care of all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.